Hey guys, in this video I'll be reacting to 3 5 Nights at Freddy's Horror Stories Animated. Let's see what this video is about. Let's go.
I can still remember the first day I ever went to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. The name sounded dumb to me, but boy, did I have a change of heart once I stepped foot inside. The air smelled like pizza, and the only sound I ever heard was playtime. That, and of course the music on the show stage. The second I laid eyes on Freddy and his friends, I was in love. I don't know what it was about them, but I found them to be so magical. My
Okay.
friends and parents disagreed. They called the animatronics creepy and scary, but I couldn't see what they were seeing. Maybe my friends weren't so good, and maybe my parents didn't pay enough attention to me. But in my mind and in my heart, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and all their
Listen. They look creepy. I'm creeped out. Like what is this?
friends were my real family. There were quote unquote more lifelike characters like Yellow Bonnie, with employees inside helping to act out the show and speak some lines, but I always found the purely robotic friends to be more interesting. Unfortunately, my parents weren't exactly the richest people, so I didn't get to go nearly as much as I wanted. When I did get to go, I was the happiest kid on the planet. I liked the games and the pizza, but the real draw for me was always the magic on the stage. Understandably, I was dying to know more about how it all worked, but I had no idea how I'd be able to satisfy my curiosity until one day I saw him. It was after one of the last shows of the day had ended. Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica were still standing on stage, but their suit friends had left. I was finishing my soda, about to go to the bathroom, when I saw a man in a staff t-shirt sitting alone at a table in the very back, eating a slice of pizza. I knew he wasn't the only worker, but something about him said he knew a lot about the animatronics. Even from across the room, I could tell he was sweaty, greasy, and scrawny, which
Oh
made me
nah.
think he was some kind of nerd. I excused myself to go to the bathroom, but instead I went to talk to him. Excuse me, mister. Do you work here? I do.
Yo, I don't know how many times kids need to hear this, but it's like, don't talk to strangers. Come on now. People are weird. People are creepy. People are sick. It's like, I'm sure his parents taught him that, or I'm not sure, but it's like, most parents say that to their kids. Don't talk to strangers.
What do you do? I play Yellow Bonnie. I'm just taking a break before the last show. Really? Does that mean you know how Freddy and his friends work? When I asked that question, the man here, revealing strangely yellow teeth. Of course I
Mm-mm.
do. What would you like to know, little one? With that, he had me hooked. I asked him all the questions I had been saving up, and he told me the answer to every one. Soon, however, it was time to go. I just had to get one more question in. Mister, how do you know so much about how they work? That's when the man leaned in and whispered to me a bombshell of a secret. You want to know something, kid? I'm the owner of this place. And by the way, you can call me Will. No way! It's true,
Mm-mm.
and I'll prove it to you after the show. I gotta
Mm-mm.
get back into the suit for now, but come back around here later and look for Yellow Bonnie. It was too enticing to
No,
resist. My parents
absolutely
wanted to
not.
go, but I convinced them to stay for the last show. Afterwards, I knew we would leave very quickly, but
Mm-mm.
my mom always went to the bathroom first and left my dad to watch me. Once she was gone, I waited for him to get distracted, and then I slipped out of sight. Who knows how long it took him to notice I was gone. I quickly made my way to the same place from earlier and stood there for a painfully long minute, until finally I saw Yellow Bonnie walk around the corner at the far end of the hallway. She
Mm-mm.
twitched and waved me over to her. I followed without even thinking. Right as I got to her, she started walking somewhere else, somewhere I never went. They didn't answer when I asked where we were going. Eventually, we got to a door that said employees only.
No.
Yellow Bonnie opened the door and let me inside. As she turned on the light, my breath was taken away. Foxy was standing right in front of me, He wasn't on, though. Pirate Cove was closed for repair that day, and I was worried I wouldn't get to see Foxy at all. But suddenly, a miracle happened. Thank you so much for letting me see Foxy, Mr. Will. That's not all. I've been working on some issues with Foxy's circuits. Come closer and I'll open them up. You
No.
can get a better look at what makes the magic happen.
Mm-mm.
A miracle turned into a dream come true. Mr. Will was able to take Foxy's chest and face off while wearing the yellow Bonnie suit, and then all the magical inner workings were revealed. Yet, all of a sudden, I had a sick, sinking feeling. The inner workings weren't magical, they were grotesque, like a mechanical jaw full of 1,000 steel teeth. When I took a step back in fear, Will reached out and grabbed my hand. I managed to slip away and run for the door, but before I could open it, both of my shoulders got clamped in the vice grip of Yellow Bonnie's hands. I had no hope of escaping her grasp then. I kicked and
Don't talk to strangers once more. Being smart, listen. I know his parents are mad. If they find him, listen, either they're gonna be very happy or they're gonna be very mad. And I won't blame them for being mad because it's like, what is you thinking? You know this man? No, you don't. He told you own the place and you're just gonna run off with that? Matter of fact, I don't even believe he owned the place. I think he's just lying. I don't know what you wanna do. Let's see.
screamed, but no one came to help me,
Of
and I was
course.
powerless. Against my struggle, he stuffed me inside of Foxy between all those horrible steel teeth, and then he closed me in by putting the pieces back on. I was trapped. Will looked me in the eyes with Yellow Bonnie's face. Welcome to the family, Foxy. Try not to break down this time. He flipped a switch, and in an instant, I was toast. The pain was immense and all over my body, but it didn't last long. However, even after my heart stopped beating, I never left Foxy. I I somehow was forced to become him, and now I spend every day stuck in Pirate Cove, watching other kids live normal, happy lives, totally unaware that I'm there
Mm-mm.
and trying to desperately tell anyone about what happened to me. Although, Will has started to let us wander at night, and I hear there's a new security guard working the night shift. How
Mm-mm.
many of you can say you are true Five Nights at Freddy experts? Regardless of your answer, I can tell you that I sure was more of a fan than you. That's for the fact that I wasn't a normal fan. I was obsessed with the game, and as you know, no obsession is healthy. But I never thought mine would take me to such dark places as it took me. At that time, it was early 2015, and Five Nights at Freddy's 2 had been out for a few months. By that point, everybody had figured out the vast majority of the game's secrets. Or so everyone thought. At the time, I was on Reddit a lot, and there were rumors that Scott, the game's creator, made a pact with the devil for the game to do well. It was said that there was a reference to this in the game, but it was so well hidden that even the best data miners couldn't find it. The only way was to stumble upon it. I was only 16 years old. I was really obsessed with discovering this secret. In the beginning, I did the same as everyone else. I tried different difficulties with all the animatronics until I found a secret number. But no, I had to do something else. And one night, I discovered it.
And remember to take turns at the computer, don't go to sleep so late, and clean the dishes by the time we get there. Understand?
Yes, Mom. Yes. Toby, you're the big brother. Take good care of your brother, okay? Dad, don't worry. We don't do more than play with the computer and watch TV. But not too much. Remember to sleep. Don't worry, I'll listen to Toby about everything.
We trust you. Take care of yourselves.
That Saturday night, my parents were
Mm-mm.
going to a work party. Since I was a big boy, they could leave my 12-year-old brother in charge of me. As soon as my parents left, I grabbed my notebook and the keys to my parents' room while my brother stayed in ours. Once in my parents' room, I closed the door and started playing Five Nights at Freddy's 2 from bed. I wasn't focused on winning the game. I had already done it hundreds of.
I think I saw somebody play this game before and it looks creepy. I think it's a creepy game, right? Mm-mm. Absolutely not.
Times, I just wanted to discover the secret. Maybe it was a combination of difficulty, maybe it was related to the mini games, maybe it was a combination of deaths. Seconds, minutes, hours passed. This was nothing. It didn't bother me that time passed. It had been like this for months. But unlike other times, this time it worked. With a combination of things I did, as soon as I started the third night with a certain difficulty, something strange happened. The game closed by itself, and once
Mm-mm.
it opened again, the game started immediately. Everything seemed normal, but something interrupted it. My brother knocked on the door. Not many people know this, but if you press Control and the letter P, you can pause your game. So I did. I was about to go see what my brother wanted, but something surprised me. Was my parents' room always this dark at night? If my brother was knocking on the door, why was there no light coming from underneath it? The light hadn't been cut off, and I could see my notebook was still charging. Clive, what do you
This is
want?
creepy.
I'm busy. On the other side, there was only silence. I decided to approach the door and slowly, I opened it. The corridor that connected to my parents' room was totally dark. Clive? Suddenly, someone also started knocking on the bathroom door of the bedroom. It was
Mm-mm.
impossible. Only my brother was in the house, and that bathroom was only connected to this room. On. I looked for my cell phone to call someone, anyone, but I had no signal. All the windows and curtains were closed and could not be opened. I went back to the notebook. Was this the secret level? Is this what I read on Reddit and no one had discovered? Not knowing what to do, I sat back down at the notebook and kept playing. Maybe that was the solution to get out of here. The
Mm-mm.
difficulty of the game was not very high, but I was so nervous that even the easiest thing was a problem. Had I not checked the pipeline? Was I not paying enough attention to the music box? As the game continued, I heard strange noises throughout the room. Those knocks on the door had turned into loud knocks. Those knocks sounded just like the ones in the game. The atmosphere in the room was unbearable. The game was about to end, but I couldn't play anymore because of my nerves. My fingers and hands were shaking. I was sweating nonstop, and every time I tried to breathe, I felt a very intense pain in my chest. Suddenly, and just before the game ended, I ran out of battery in the game. But instead of the lights going off in the game, the notebook monitor went off. My body froze. I couldn't move. The bathroom door slowly opened, and I began to hear footsteps coming slowly towards me. When those footsteps reached my side, nothing else happened. I felt something breathing in front of me, but it didn't move.
What? This is weird.
It was just silent.
Yo. Yo. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Mm-mm. Don't ever made this video. Don't ever in your life ever again do that. Just creepy.
Ah! Ah! What's wrong with you? You scared me. Clive? What happened? Are you out of your mind? I came in to tell you to wash your dishes and you didn't answer me. You just kept playing like a zombie. The game isn't even on high difficulty. What? The game? When I looked at the game, it was over. Apparently, I had won. What happened to you? I thought you were making a joke. No, nothing happened to me. Whatever. Do the dishes. I don't want Mom to scold me because of you. That was the last time I ever played
Mm-mm.
any Five Nights at Freddy. After that night, I tried to tell everyone what I had experienced, just as I am doing with you. I explained everything in detail. Do you know what everyone did when I told them? They congratulated me. Everyone told me that I created an excellent creepypasta. No one ever believed me that I had really lived this. Not even my own brother. You know,
That's
today I
crazy.
don't trust anything that happened that day. I don't know if it was real. Maybe I was so obsessed with the game that I was hallucinating. Maybe I was going crazy. But just in case it was real, don't do what I did. Don't get so obsessed with anything. Because if what I went through was real, maybe it'll happen to you. And maybe you won't be so lucky to be able to tell the story.
I hate that. I hate the little bird that's running. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Again, whoever made this video, don't ever in your whole existence ever again do that. I don't like that.
Having to work the night shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was not something I ever imagined doing. But desperate times demand desperate measures. My name is Mike, and I heard all the rumors about this location, including the animatronics that moved on their own, the eerie laughter that echoed in the night, and the enigmatically disappeared night guards in the past. Despite the unsettling
Sorry, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Y'all out here losing people? Nah.
tales, I accepted the job because I needed the money. The manager, Mr. Smith, smiled at me when I arrived on my first night. He led me into the security office, a dimly lit space with a single desk, several monitors, and little else. Airborne was the lingering aroma of stale pizza boxes. Mr. Smith said, his voice quiet. Here's the deal, Mike. You'll be here from 12 to 6 o'clock. It's your responsibility to watch the cameras, ensure that the animatronics remain in their proper locations, and prevent them from getting close to the office. Trying to keep my anxiety under wraps, I responded. Got it. Mr. Smith left as the clock struck 12, leaving just the hum of the security apparatus and me. I took a quick look at the camera feeds and saw Bonnie the Bunny, Chica the Chicken, and Foxy the Pirate in line on the stage with Freddy Fazbear and his group of animatronic friends. All appeared to be lifeless. However, something about their icy, unblinking eyes gave me chills. As I kept an eye on the animatronics, hours slowly passed, but as the evening wore on, things began to seem off. I saw Bonnie on camera, lurking in the shadows of the dining area after he left the stage. I muttered to myself, trying to slow my heartbeat. Okay, Bonnie, just remain
I
where
don't
you
like
are.
this.
I was aware of the wandering tendencies of these animatronics.
Mm-mm.
Experiencing it firsthand was another matter. Bonnie moved slowly toward the office, and I wanted him to do so. As the minutes dragged on, the wall clock appeared to be ticking even more slowly. Chica abruptly left the stage as well, but I caught a glimpse of her coming my way on a different camera. I picked up the desk phone and called Mr. Smith as panic began to well up inside of me. On the first ring, he responded.
No.
He asked with a worried tone, Mike, what's going on? I stumbled. Bonnie and Chica are on the move. What do I do? It's just a software bug, Mr. Smith said.
What you mean?
They occasionally experience some sleeplessness at night. Just watch them and use the security doors if they get too close. They get a little restless at night. However, the unease persisted as I hung up. I only felt marginally more at ease. I changed to the lens that was capturing Foxy's pirate cove. Foxy continued to stand there, peering out from behind the curtain. You can't hide from us, Mike. You can't hide from us, Mike. I looked at the camera as my heart leaped into my throat. Both Mr. Smith's voice and one of the animatronics were not the source of the voice. I checked the hallway outside the office, but nothing was there.
Oh, you brave, brave. You get it outside of your office to go look? You different. You different.
The animatronics became more hostile as the night wore on. Freddy Fazbear was now hiding in the shadows next to the office door after leaving the stage. In the distance, I could hear their robotic movements and a tremulous laugh. Since the battery was getting low and the security doors consumed a lot of power, I knew I had to use them to protect myself. I had to be careful because there was only 15% power left. I heard a soft childlike giggle as the office lights began to flicker. Even though I turned around, nothing was there. The laughter persisted, intensifying and turning ominous. I yelled, my voice shaking. Who's there? No one spoke up, but the laughter increased in volume and reverberated throughout the space. My heart was thumping in my chest as I slammed the door shut and locked it. I gave the cameras one last look and saw Freddy Fazbear's face pressed up against the glass. The power gauge on my flashlight flashed 5%. The office went completely dark and I was surrounded by laughter. I sat in the corner and
What in the horror movie world is going on? Uh-uh.
prayed that the night would come to an end. Finally, the time reached 6 in the morning, and the sun started to rise. With their mechanical motion slowing, the animatronics withdrew to the stage. An eerie silence replaced the laughter as it faded away. My legs grew weak from fear as I stumbled out of the office. The entrance had Mr. Smith waiting for me.
Mm-mm.
Michael, congratulations! He smiled and said, "You survived your first night." I wanted to stop right away, but I wasn't able to. I was in need of the cash. I had the unsettling impression that the horrors of that night were far from over as I left Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. There were still 5 more nights to go,
That's crazy.
and I had no idea what other nightmares lay in store for me.
Absolutely not. Okay, guys, that was the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.